Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial video. So in today's video we are going to build this admin dashboard from scratch using Python Tkinter. So if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe because I have a whole lot of content for you and a whole lot of content I'm yet to release which will help you very well. So kindly subscribe. So let's get into our code. So this is my newly created Python file and I'm using PyCharm. You are free to use any code editor that you are comfortable with that as well. So first let's import what we need for this video. So I want to import Tkinter. So from Tkinter, let's import everything. So asterisk. Then we import pill as well for our image. So import from pill, we want to import image and image tk. Then you can see in our dashboard we have time and date here, which displays the current time and date on your PC. So we need to import time and date to be able to do that. So we'll say from date time. So this is a module which comes with Python. So from date time we import everything using the asterisk. Then finally we import the last thing, which is import time. So now let's come here and define our page. So our page, we want to call it dashboard. So class dashboard. Then we use the init function. So let's call our init function. So def init. So inside our init, let's define our window. So let's say window. Then finally self.window is equal to window. Alright, so let's give our window a title. So let's say self.window.title. So let's call our window, let's say system management dashboard. Alright, then finally let's give our window a size. So self.window.geometry. So geometry, is the spelling right? Yeah, I think so. .geometry. Okay, that's it. So let's give it a size of 1366. So 1366 by, let's say 768. So we want to, the next thing is we want our window to zoom by itself automatically when we launch our page. So we use the self.state. We use the window state. So window.state is the state spelled correctly? Yeah, I think so. And inside we use zoomed. So this will zoom our page automatically. So let's launch our page and see if it's working. So let's come down here. So let's define name. So it's equivalent to, let's say name, if name is equivalent to main. Okay, then launch win. So now let's define the win here at the top. So let's come here and define our win. So define win. So let's put our window on a Tkinter window. So window tk. Then finally we link our dashboard to our window. So we say dashboard, then we link it to our window. Then the last thing, we just launch it using the main loop. So window dot main loop. I think there's supposed to be L here, not semicolon. Main loop. Alright, so let's launch this and see if it's working so far. Okay, so we have our window, Tkinter window launched. We have the title here, system management dashboard. So as you can see, there's nothing on it here. So we are going to start by placing our items on it. So let's minimize this here and let's close it. So let's come down here. So here, the next thing, I think we need a background. We need a background. So we use the self.window. So self.window. We are using self.window because in our init function we define our window and we launch. So we define our window to self.window. So here we define our window in the init function and we said self.window is equal to the window which we defined here. So it means in place of the window we are going to be using self.window. So self.window.config configuration. So config. So background. So we want to give it a background. I'm going to use a color code here. So hash, and my color code is AFF. So 5. Okay, let me go to my, I think I've forgotten the color code anyway. Okay, here it is. Okay, here we go. So this is the color code. Let me just copy it. Okay, so that's that's EFF5F6. So that's our color code. So let's learn. It's more like white bar, not the typical white. So let's come down here. Let's finally give our window an icon, which is, so it's a window. Let's use some comment tag here. So let's say window icon. So let's define our icon to photo image. So photo image. So photo image. This uppercase I. Photo image. So our file. So I have images that I'm going to use. Once again, I have my images in the description. The images I'm going to use in this video, I'm going to put the link to it in the description so you can download it and follow the video. So inside my image folder, my images is located inside my folder called images, and then the name of the image is pic icon. Okay, so that's the name of the image, is pic icon, located inside my images folder. So let's put the image on our window. So how do you put it? So self.window. dot icon photo. So icon photo. Then here we say true, then comma, then we bring icon. So let's launch it once more and see. So at the top here, initially we have the TK image here. So now it's changed to this little image there. So back to our window here. So now we are going to start putting our things on our window. So now let's start our header section, which is, so when you look at our page again, this is our header section here. So we want to start our header section. So let me make some comment tag to separate the code very well. So let me make this. So let me copy this. So I want to paste it at the down here. Paste another one. So somewhere here, let's say header. So this is just for easy identification, so that you won't get confused whenever you are going through your code. So let's define our header. So let's say self dot header. So you want to assign it to a frame. So frame self dot window. Want to give it a background color. So we want to add that blue color you see there. So I want to use the color code. So let's say this is 009DF4. Okay. So let's come, then we launch it. So self dot header dot place. So let's put it at x is equal to 300, and our y is also equal to, y should be 0. Let's give it some width of 1070, then some height of 60. So let's launch it once again and see. So we have our header section nicely placed here. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put that logout button on it. So let me close this tab. So self dot logout. Let's say logout text. Okay. So let's assign it to a button, Tkinter button. So button, then we are putting it on our window. So self dot window as well. So text logout. Once again, background color. So BG should be lowercase. So let's use a color code of to give it a font. So if you look at the font here,
we want to maintain the default font that comes with default font style that comes with Tkinter. So that's why we left this empty string here. We are giving it a font size of 13. We want our text to be bold. So that's what it means. So border okay 0. We'll give it a foreground of white. Put some quotes around it. Okay. So one more thing, we want the cursor to change. So let's say cursor, want to change that cursor. So cursor probably should be hand 2. So meaning the cursor will change to a hand whenever you put the cursor on the button. So we need a comma here. Okay. The active background. So active background, we want to copy this color here. So shift. So now let's place it on the window. So let me copy this. So come down here. So paste. So logout text dot place. So I'm placing it with X, let's say 950. Now Y is let's say 15. So let's launch it. So you can see our logout button placed nicely here. So let's come down. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to create a sidebar. So let's look at our page. So the sidebar, which this side, we are going to create the sidebar right here. So let's get into our source code. So let's copy this comment tag. So I copy this. So we change this to sidebar. So under the sidebar, we want to let's say we have to assign it to a frame as well, just as we did here. So let's say self dot. So let's name it sidebar. Okay, to make it easy identifiable. So sidebar, assign it to frame as well. Same thing, we put it on the window. And once again, with this one to give it a background. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is more like a white color. That is the F. So this is 6. This is F. So this is 6 letters of F here. So self dot sidebar. So dot place. To give X of 0 and Y 0 as well. Let's put some space here to make PyCharm happy. Okay, so width width of 300, and let's give it a height of 750. So let's launch it and see what we have. So you can see the sidebar nicely placed here at the side here. So we want to go ahead and create the body. So let's copy this comment tag again. So down here, paste it. So let's change this to body. So this is our body. So in our body, we want to give it a heading. So let's say heading supposed to be self dot heading. So this is going to be a label, and inside our label, want to put our label on the window. So test dashboard. So font. So let's come right here and copy this font. So paste it right here. Right. To give you a foreground of. Supposed to be 0064 D3. Yeah, I think so. Then our background. F6. So now let's place it. So let's copy this. Dot place. So let's launch this and see. Okay, so you can see we have our dashboard label nicely placed here. So next, we want to create these frames here, right? Or I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 frames. So let's come back to our code section. So let's create a comment tag. So let's say this is body frame 1. Let's copy this. Paste it. So 4 of them. So this will be body frame 2, body frame 3. So under our body frame 1, see this is self dot body frame 1. So I'm giving it a frame, putting it on the window, self.window background. So F. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I think it's more than 6. 2 4 6. Okay, I think it should be 6 of them. So self dot body frame 1 dot place. So let me change this to uppercase to make PyCharm happy. Okay, so X. So our X should probably be so let's launch this and see. So I think color name. Okay, I think there should be hash here. Hash here. Okay, we are good to go. Another error. That's what audio has no attribute. Body frame 1. Okay, I think this should be uppercase. Okay, so let's launch it. Okay, so as you can see, this frame which has been placed here. So now I want to add 3 more frames under this. So let's close this. So right here, let's copy this. So under the body frame 2, paste it. So this, we change this to 2 2. So we change the background of this. So this should be 009AA5. It's supposed to be a little bit smaller. So the height, the width here should be okay. So let's launch it and see. I think the Y should be 49. So let's launch it and see. So down here we have this frame which has been added here. So once again, let's close this. So let's copy this. Let's paste this. So this should be body frame 3. So change the X to 680 and the Y is okay. The Y is okay. So let's launch it. So we have this red label which has been placed here. So now add the last one. So under this we paste. So this should be body frame 4. So all we have to do is to just change the color here. Now we change the place for X as well. So 1030. So now this is our 4th frame that we've added here. So now back to let's check. So back to our dashboard, we are going to add these images here. So once again, there is link to the images in the description. You can download the images as well. So right here, let me just type a comment. So this will be our logo. So right here, let's assign our logo. So self, so let's say logo image. So logo image, let's assign it to image dot open. So here inside my images folder, I want to use the image with this name. So now we'll assign our photo to our image. So photo, now image tk dot photo image. So self dot, then the name of our image, which is the logo image. Then we'll create a label and put our image inside. So putting our image inside the label gives us the freedom to manipulate our image anyhow we want it. So reason why, so let's put our image now inside the label. So let's name our label logo. So label, this should be uppercase. Okay, label. So we are putting it on the sidebar. So self dot sidebar. Then we can call our image now. So our image is the photo, because if I assign our image to the photo, so we are calling the photo here. So I want to give it a background of white. So self dot logo dot image should be equal to photo. So now we can now put our label now on our window. So by using the place, so self logo dot place. So X70 and Y80. So let's launch it. So we have our image which has been placed here. So once again, I have link to these images in the description. You can download the images as well, follow along. So another thing is, if you look at our logout, you realize our logout supposed to be at the corner here. So let's get back to the source code. So at the logout test, instead of putting the logout button on the window, you need to put it on the header rather. So header, so self dot header, which is the blue thing at the top. So you can see now our logout has moved to the far end now. So now the next thing is, we are still on the sidebar. So let's come back to the sidebar. So under the sidebar now, let's put a name. So maybe if it's a company that are creating a dashboard, so maybe you have your company logo, maybe the name of the company down here, but now I want to use any random name. So down here, so let's say name of brand or person. So self dot, so let's name this brand name. So brand name, then we'll assign it to a label. So we are putting it on the sidebar as usual. So sidebar, then the text. So let me say some Gideons. Then we'll give it a background of white so that to blend with the sidebar. So I want to give it a font as well. So right here, let me just copy our font here. Then paste it right here. So comma and paste it. So let's change this font size to 15. Then now we can place our label now. So self dot brand name dot place. So X should be probably 18 and our Y should be, let's say, 200. So let's launch it and see. So we have the name placed right here. So now let's put some icons here, icons or buttons here.